And perhaps most importantly, we are a nation that is no longer admired, respected, or listened to on the world stage. Ding, boom, this is me. I hear, bing.
So there was the former president who just gave his second rally of the day, this one in Virginia, saying we are no longer respected anymore on the world stage, whatever that means, followed by his very well respected noises that we frankly have no idea what he was doing there. Now, we watched his rallies today so that you didn't have to, and we're going to show you what we thought was notable from them. So first, here's a 1-minute mashup of his first speech's gaffes and notable statements from North Carolina, some showing his mental decline, some just showing how unhinged he is, that was put together by Midas Touch editor-in-chief Ron Filipkowski.
We'll repeat your... Anytime I start talking, they take the red light off. You heard the hostages singing. That was the hostages. They're the J6 hostages, I call them, because they are. I'm being indicted for you. I am. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. He stinks. That's not the kind of people. You know, being a prosecutor is a very... Look, he can't campaign. He can't campaign. He can't speak. So we call it migrant crime. I came up with that name because I come up with a lot of good names. You see Maduro, Venezuela, it's unbelievable. We talk. This is a positive swamping. He was going to the border, doing a show. Sean Hannity, good man, Sean Hannity. Gavin Newsom, the new scum, the governor of California, will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers.
So that was just from North Carolina this afternoon. Now, Trump went on to Virginia next, where he continued to make gaffes, confuse Obama with Biden, slur his speech, and go off the rails as he does. But before he came on stage, the people who were introducing him actually made a few missteps of their own. Here's this guy who helped introduce the former president with a little Freudian slip about Putin not being afraid of President Trump, former President Trump.
Putin was terrified of Donald Trump.
So he quickly corrected himself. No, actually, Putin was afraid of Trump. I think we all know who was afraid of who in that relationship. Who could forget when the former president infamously took Russia's side over U.S. intelligence in Helsinki when Putin then said he was rooting for Trump to win the election?
To me and some others, they said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be. I have great confidence in my intelligence people, but I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today.
Our relationship with Russia has never been worse thanks to many years of U.S. foolishness and stupidity. And now, the rigged witch hunt. Today asked, does he think Putin bears any responsibility?
Yes, I do. I hold both countries responsible. I think that the United States has been foolish.
President Putin, did you want President Trump to win the election?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because he talked about bringing the Russian relationship back to normal, Putin said.
Now, next, the man who introduced Trump actually went and said Trump had the highest black unemployment in his term, which is just a hilarious slip-up.
Under President Trump, black families had record unemployment.
Now, one of the hallmark signs of serious cognitive decline is skipping over words. And here's Trump saying he's very happy to be in the beautiful of Virginia, forgetting that it's a state.
Hello, Richmond. I'm thrilled to be back in the beautiful Virginia. We love Virginia. How much?
And here's the former president confusing the word poll with the word bill.
And in the Harvard-Harris bill also just came out, we're leading Crooked Joe by 6 points, which means a lot more.
And here's him not being able to pronounce the United States.
Production in the United States, just as the price.
Now, this is actually hilariously sad, where Trump goes on about how he confuses names on purpose, like Nikki Haley and Pelosi, right before getting Biden and Obama mixed up again.
I purposely mix up like a name like Birdbrain. You know who Birdbrain is, right, Nikki? With Nancy Pelosi. I put them in because they're interchangeable in my mind.
And here's him confusing Obama and Biden.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today. You heard that, nuclear.
Now, Trump just a few days ago said he confuses Biden and Obama purposefully for comedic reasons. Here's that.
You take a look at when I use Barack Hussein Obama and I interject him into where it's supposed to be Biden, and I do it purposely for comedic reasons and for sarcasm.
And then here's the mistake he just made one more time.
And Putin, has so little respect for Obama that he's starting to throw around the nuclear word today.
We'll let you be the judge of whether that was purposeful and for comedic reasons. Next, he goes into some incoherent and inaudible speech about Tuesday and Michigan totals.
Adding on to the last two total, last Tuesday, Michigan total was a record, but now we're adding on the rest. So
then he starts attacking prosecutor Fani Willis and mocking Nathan Wade, who she had a relationship with. For all indications are that it absolutely had no impact on his case, and I think that's going to come out in coming weeks.
And her lover, Nathan Wade. And they hired him for almost $1 million because of his great, great experience. Of course, he didn't have any experience. He had experience in something else. You know that. A lot of experience.
Then he does what he always does and bragged about his very perfect phone calls he likes to make.
A properly placed phone call can work miracles, can it? We did plenty of them. We didn't have.
Then he bizarrely talked about how when he was president, he took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China.
Our worst opponents are the people within the country. If you have a smart president, he can handle Russia. He can handle all of these countries. I did. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. I got along with President Xi, unfortunately.
Now, what he meant there, we don't know. But we do know he was also still running his businesses while in office, which was a clear violation of the emoluments clause at the time. Remember, he had countries like Saudi Arabia renting 400 hotel rooms a night at his DC hotel while they were in town trying to lobby him on foreign policy, and they always got what they wanted. Here's what he infamously said about taking Saudi money in 2015.
Saudi Arabia, and I get along great with all of them. They buy apartments from me. They spend $40 million, $50 million. Am I supposed to dislike them? I like them very much.
And then finally, Trump says he kept us out of wars, and in the same sentence talks about how he bombed ISIS and conducted drone strikes on Iranian generals, contradicting himself in the same sentence.
We didn't have to bomb, and we didn't have to spend the money and the killing and everything else, and the world hates us to a level that you've never seen. Remember, I kept you out of wars, except I did defeat ISIS very strongly. We defeated ISIS. We took them. Al-Baghdadi, Soleimani. We did a number that nobody's ever seen. It was going to take 4 to 5 years, they said, in Washington. It would take 4 to 5 years. I did it in 4 weeks.
So that's it, folks. Another unhinged day from the former president where he slurred his speech, confused Biden with Obama, attacked everyone investigating him, the media, and his political opponents. Once again, we watch these rallies to know what's most important about what he's saying, then try to condense it so it's digestible. I know it's never fun watching him spew his dangerous lies and nonsense, but it is important to know what the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States is saying. We should take him at his word that he's going to follow through on his craziest impulses, like trying to get out of NATO, prosecuting his political opponents, creating mass deportation forces, and trying to become a dictator. We'll keep you up to date on everything you need to know, so be sure to like, subscribe, and set notifications. With Really American Media, I'm Justin Horwitz. Thanks.